Cardi B is allegedly pregnant, but is it offsets? Why Jay-Z and Beyonce are reportedly leaving the United States. Sabrina Carpenter with the biggest sales of the year. And is Klay and Megan done already? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Sabrina Carpenter dropped her album Man's Best Friend, and it broke the Spotify debut record. Now, that record was previously held by Taylor Swift. Sabrina Carpenter breaks the record for the biggest streaming day by any female artist on Spotify this year so far, surpassing Taylor Swift's 81.64 million. Her album, Man's Best Friend, got, I believe, 85 million total streams. Unbelievable. So, shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. That album's going to definitely debut at number one, and they're saying it could do 300K. I was telling people I listened to the album. I gave the album a solid 6.5, but I believe it's going to debut at number one, and it could do 300K. So shout out to Sabrina Carpenter for that album, Man's Best Friend. And a correction there, Sabrina's got the 81.64 million, and that was previously held by Taylor Swift, 73.66 million, and that was from just 2 days prior. All right, so shout out to Sabrina. Is Jay-Z and Beyonce really leaving the United States, and why? So it's been reported that Jay-Z and Beyonce secured themselves a 58-acre home and property in Oxfordshire's Cotswold region. Now, this comes on the cusp of course, all the wildfires they experienced in California over the last year. Remember, one of their houses got destroyed in the wreck or damaged severely in the wildfires. And, you know, to play it plain and simply, they're a little afraid because these wildfires have now been happening in California, the past, 3 to 5 years, there's been about 3 or 4 different wildfires, right? And the last one being the biggest one. Now, a lot of people have a lot of rumors about, they're up and leaving because of Diddy. Because, I mean, that whole Diddy thing, people still actually believe that. We've already seen the trial. There was no mention of any celebrity. So I don't understand the few celebrities that was mentioned that Cassie dated or just mentioned in had nothing to do with other celebrities in the Diddy case. So I don't know how people are still trying to push that narrative. All because of Diddy, they're scared that they're going to get, they're going to be put on blast. No, there's nothing to be said. The Diddy case had nothing to do with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, some people are saying, how is Jay-Z's going to leave the United States and they're going to go live in London? Well, let's take a look at over the past year. Do you see the way on social media and abroad how they've talked about and insulted Beyonce and Jay-Z? Have you seen, all of the things being said about them? So if you're Beyonce and Jay-Z and now your daughter is entering into the entertainment business, right? I'm sure she's going to want to pursue a, career in the entertainment business. And they don't want that stuff, the hatred that they see. I mean, I've seen more hatred for Jay-Z and Beyonce over these last year and a half than I've ever seen, ever, for them two. So it is now the thing to hate Jay-Z and Beyonce. So if you're Jay-Z and Beyonce and you're seeing all this hate from your own country, would you want to stay here? And my thing is, people are getting so offended when they say they want to leave the United States. Well, why are you getting offended? You obviously don't want them here. You showing hate, for Beyonce and Jay-Z. You're saying you want Jay-Z to be taken down. You're saying, you want things to happen to Beyonce and stuff like that. I mean, so, I've seen people saying, Beyonce should have went down in that plane instead of Aaliyah. I mean, they're wishing death upon these two, and they've literally done nothing to nobody. So they see these things, and their daughter's getting older. They don't want their daughter to experience. I've talked to some people, and I'm not going to try to act like they're really, really close with Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they are close to certain people that are close to Jay-Z and Beyonce. And they've been thinking about this for a minute. They secured a big home, property out there. They're going to build a huge home, right? And, you know, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Or I believe the property's on the lake. It's not going to. I don't think they are going to build a home. The property, they already have a property. Let me get that right. Sorry about that. They already have a property, and I think it's on the lake, and out there in London. And a lot of celebrities are choosing to choose a more private and quiet lifestyle in the UK. Because and on top of that, let's be honest. Who wants to stay in the United States? You see what the United States is going through? But Donald Trump is president, so this is the best way, instead of him getting himself in trouble like Diddy did, right? And saying negative things about Trump. This is a way to say something negative about Trump without having it come out of your mouth. Just we want to get up out of here until this dude's out of office. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why, if they leave the United States, now they could just be securing this for a getaway home. But from what I was hearing, they want to make this a permanent home. And a lot of celebrities are doing that. We saw that, what's her name? Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi moved. I believe David Beckham lives in that same area. Simon Cowell lives in that same area. And there's a few other celebrities that are going from California, and they're going to move to London. All right, so shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't blame them. Get up out the United States while you still can. Is Klay and Megan done? Now, I'm taking this from a tweet. You can call this as alleged right now. But there is a Twitter user. This is the same Twitter user that has called a lot of things. She's been in the industry many years, as a, groupie. She's a groupie. She's been around a lot of celebrities. She also owns a couple of restaurants that a lot of celebrities visit. And she called that Cardi B was pregnant with her third child. She also had called, there was something else, I'd have to go back on her timeline. But she says that Klay and Megan is done. Now, there's not been any confirmation of this, but what she was telling people is, check his timeline and sit for, remember how they were all hot and heavy? Oh, he was saying how he loves Megan, and they were putting things together. Her recent trip to Asia, or where was she? Japan, I think she went. He was nowhere to be found. He didn't like any posts there. She hasn't liked any of his posts. They're not following each other, and people can say, they were never following each other. Oh, yes, they were. They were most definitely following each other at one point. All right. So now, if one point that, and you can check out this Twitter file. Her name is Cuban Sagara. She made a point. She said that they're not following each other, and there are no likes. Any of the pictures, let's say that they weren't following each other. No pictures on there have any likes from Megan, or if you look on Klay's, nothing, no Klay likes on Megan's pictures. She did the happy birthday with her best friend, no like from Klay, but said nothing, nothing was stated with it, of course. And they're saying, oh, well, the pictures are still up. Yeah, well, they're going to probably not going to go back and remove the pictures just yet, because they probably don't want people to know that yet, to expect anything, right? So, or, maybe they're on a break, they're arguing, what have you. Personally, I hope not. I like them as a couple. We'd have to wait and see. I don't think I'm not going to sit ready to say they're done yet, But it is a little strange that they're not following each other, and neither one of them are posting about each other, right? And they were hot and heavy for like a month straight. So we have to wait and find out. Do you think Klay and Megan are done with? That's the whole thing about when you make that social media claim, you go 3 or 4 days without liking a picture or anything like that. He didn't congratulate her for her gig over, for her with the K-pop gig, and I think she had a movie, an anime movie, which she has something to do with. No congratulations from him about that either. A show or a movie, whatever. But we're going to wait and see. I'm not going to confirm that just yet, but just know that this Twitter user has been right a lot about things in the past. So go check her out and follow her on social media. And finally, Cardi B, like I said, I did not want to talk about this, but everybody keeps saying, oh, you're not talking about it because it's Cardi B. How come you don't want to report on it? Oh, you on payroll? So we're just going to do this, all right? A lot of people saying because they've seen her lately in court, and she looked like, she's walking like she's pregnant, and they also say they see a baby bump. She keeps covering her stomach. She got her stomach covered up. So a lot of people saying that Cardi B is pregnant. Now, I do see there was a couple of social media sites that reported she's pregnant. Also, one of the bloggers said that, Offset asked for a DNA test for the last child, the youngest daughter, and now asked for a DNA test with this child that she's pregnant with. I think also Go to Lexus reported that. And the funny thing is that same girl that I mentioned before, Cuban Sagara, she also mentioned way back before it was announced that Cardi B was pregnant with her third child, that she said she was pregnant with a third child. She also said it may not be Offset's. She said that back then. It may not be Offset's. But again, I'm gonna let y'all be the judge. I'm just mentioning it because people act like, oh, you're scared to mention it because you're on Cardi B's payroll. Well, I'm mentioning it. They're alleging that Cardi B is pregnant. I can't confirm that yet, right? But if she is, hey, congratulations to her. If I don't know whether if she's pregnant, I can't tell you whether it's Offset or Stephon Diggs. I'm going to assume it's Stephon Diggs, but someone made a comment and said, oh, if this baby, well, she has a baby, she's pregnant, Offset's going to be responsible for the baby regardless. And Offset responded to that and said, the devil is a lie. So, I don't know. Make it with what you will. Comment down below. Do you think Cardi B's pregnant with her fourth child? And do you think it's Stephon's or Offset's? Right? Again, if she is, I'm not saying nothing. Congratulations to her. If she confirms it at any point, then we'll report that Cardi B is pregnant and we'll issue her another congratulations. Let me know down below what you think. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
Now that's how you work it.